Welcome to episode 17 of the Wilderness Podcast. We're on January 2nd, 2017, first episode of the year. How's it going? How was your New Year's?
It was pretty good.
Well, we should probably explain. We actually took a little hiatus for a week because Deegan actually came down to spend for the holidays, and we couldn't actually get a setup that worked out. That was optimal.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah, little Christmas hiatus, but we're back, New Year. I'm a little sick, if you can tell. I'm a little nasally.
A little stuffy.
Yeah.
How was the Christmas? We'll start there.
It was pretty good. Came down and saw you guys and shit. Nice little family dinners and whatnot. Yeah, typical Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had way too many family dinners. Mm-hmm. And I live like an hour and a half away from every dinner location, so it was just for 4 days. I think I drove like over 1,000 kilometers, and it was just, I was sick and tired of it.
Yeah. Was it like almost 2 hours or something to your place, and then, like an hour and a bit to my aunt's, and then back to your place, and then my buddy didn't really have any plans for Christmas, and I kind of felt bad. He wanted to hang out and stuff, so I ended up going down there. He came and picked me up. But still, that was like
bouncing everywhere.
Yeah, like a 50-minute drive there. Yeah, just so much driving.
Exhausting.
It's fucking Canada for you, though.
How was doing anything fun for New Year's?
Yeah, I got invited to like a party a while ago, like before Christmas, and I didn't really have anything else planned for New Year's, so I just planned to do that. And then, me being me, the day where I'm going out, I'm like, fuck, I just want to stay home. And then my buddy kind of got pissed, called me a little bitch, and he like forced me to come out, and it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy I went out. Fucking
good times.
Yeah, there's gonna be a party at his place, and then it got changed to like this chick's like house. So then we went there, and then I found out that was like a pre-party, I guess, but like we pre-drank at his place. Like we had 2 pre's, I guess, and then we went to this other party, and like. Tiny house, and like I wasn't sure. I guess I've gotten to that age where I'm not sure when I go to someone's house if it's their house or their parents,
right? Because
like everyone's like 25 and shit. Like everyone's like pretty older. Like a lot of them are a lot older. So it's like, yeah, is this him or I think it was him because shit. People were like sharpieing their names and shit on their wall. They had like a wall dedicated to like signing in, I guess.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, this is obviously their place, but yeah, got really drunk and shit and had a good time. Got sick. Yeah.
Nice.
Now I'm just
got
sick.
Roofied while you're there?
No, I wasn't like puking or anything. I just like develop a bad cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
Yeah,
for my New Year's, I went to a just like a comedy club. We have I don't know if it's just a Canadian franchise, but whenever I see a comedy club, it's always a yucks in Canada. So yeah, we went to one that was close. That was in the close city. So we went there and checked out some. They weren't really big named comedians, but it was still pretty good. It's pretty funny. There was like a dinner and shit involved. We met you basically had to sit like right next to like random people and all that shit for the dinner. So we met this couple, and they were like 50-year-old like alcoholics or whatever though. Because like by the end of the night, like everywhere I went, I guess they thought we were like a group that came together.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I was like, I'm just going to go out for a smoke, or I'm going to go grab a beer. Oh, we'll come with you. I'm just like,
oh god,
sure. Yeah, but it was pretty fun. The comedians were pretty funny. They had a lot of like dark humor, and you saw like, it's funny. We were sitting behind a group of girls, and literally like every joke that was slightly offensive was like oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I'm just like, I'm laughing my ass off, but I'm just like, I couldn't tell if they were getting offended, if they were just like,
like shock humor. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But, yeah, and I saw a lot of people like walk out and stuff. I got all offended and pissed off. And like, the jokes weren't the worst. They weren't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. I had fun, and yeah, that's my New Year's there. How's your gaming week go?
Oh, it was pretty good. I'm just gonna say this quickly because like with the 50-year-old alcoholics that like tagged along. I've noticed that older couples will always tend to like try and hang out with young kids. Like when I went on vacation, I went with my buddy to Cuba, and maybe they thought we were like a gay couple or something. I don't know, because we were like hanging out the whole time. But there was this like old mom and like an older dad, I guess. They had kids that were our age, and like they just like everywhere we went, we'd see them like, oh, like hey, you know, and like they'd come and hang out with us. And then even in like I went to like another place like right after, did like a bang of vacations, but I went to like Antigua, and me and another buddy, we like went together. And then there's these two moms that like were like really into us, and they just tagged along like everywhere we went. They're there. But you know, old people, like, they can be fun. They can be really fun.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. But the only problem is, like, especially if they're drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes the conversations are very dull. For instance, the couple, they both worked on a reserve convenience store.
Oh God.
So can you just, I don't know if anyone listening knows what I mean by that, but can you guess what the topic of the conversation kept going back to?
Indians or Native Americans?
Well, cigarettes.
oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Literally, she would just like keep talking about like, so what do you pay for those? This much. You can get it for this here, or you get in a carton of this here.
Yeah,
that's cool. Guess how much these are? I don't know. This much. I'm like, yeah, that's
floor
cool
tobacco
like,
though. You're gonna find like a mouse tail in it or something.
I'm just like, I can't talk about fucking cigarettes all night.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking kill me.
Dude, like, on reserves, like, you see someone, like, when I have my buddy's got a cottage, and, like, every year we go up on a long weekend, and you have to go through, like, a reserve, and we always, like, stop at this one place, because there's, like, a convenience store and, like, a little food place, and every time we go, something really weird happens. Like, last time we went, and this really fat chick, we're waiting for our food, but this really fat chick comes in, starts talking to like one of the chefs or whatever, and then just like, here, like, hold on, like gives her like her baby, and like we just assumed that, you know, they're like family or something, and she left for like 40 minutes. Like, we were there for a while. Now one person's holding the kid, and then she's like, all right, did anyone know who this lady is? Because I don't even know who she is. She gave me her kid and just left.
The fuck?
Yeah, and everyone's like, wait, what the fuck? And we're kind of just like, that's kind of weird. And they asked me and my buddy to go see if she's around, and we ended up finding her, and like, yeah. One of the restaurant chefs wants you to take your kid back. She's like, oh, I totally forgot, and like ran in and got the kid. And you're like, that's fucking greasy. But gaming related.
Yeah, gaming related. How'd your
a lot of RuneScape, some Darkest Dungeon when I was down at your place. Actually, a lot of games. I started Last of Us for the very first time, and I beat that game in like one sit-in.
Started and finished.
Yeah, fucking loved it. Played it for like 20 hours straight pretty much, and then beat the DLC. Really good game.
It's an awesome game.
Yeah, that's like a game that like everyone had like recommended to me, and I like tried really hard since release to like pretty much now to like avoid any spoiler, because, you know, one day I'll play it. And man, it was so worth it. Like, oh, such a good game. But
that's the thing, like, I went to the store to buy just a video game just after Christmas, and like I was looking through like the cheap bins, and since probably because I play a lot of RuneScape, and I just don't game as much as I used to, like, there's so many games that when it first came out, I was like, oh man, I definitely need to get that, and it's now in the $10 bin, and I'm just like, fuck, I should just come load up on a bunch of games.
Yeah.
Like, fucking like Dead Rising and shit like that.
Yeah. See, that's like gonna be 2017 for me, but there's so many good games coming out this year that like I'm probably gonna get a PS4. Like, new Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game. It's gonna be like the only good one to come out recently.
I can't get into those games.
Oh man, I love them. I like I've said this before, but like randomly I'll just get like an itch to play, and I'll like, all right, time to sit down for like a week and just play fighting games nonstop until I realize I'm shit at this game. People have been playing this stuff for like 15 years.
Yeah, like Super Smash and the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, like they're basically their Smash ripoff.
Yeah.
Those are the two ones I got the most into, but I didn't even really get into them. Those are just more arcade.
Yeah, they're like party games. You have a bunch of buddies over, you're like, yeah, you want to play this?
Mortal Kombat and like Street Fighter and stuff that I could never do.
Yeah, you gotta have a special group of friends that can sit down and like play it, because that shit gets really competitive.
Yeah,
like,
I guess so.
Playing with my buddies, I'd like win, and they get really fucking pissed off, and it's like, dude, it's Street Fighter, man. Whatever. But yeah, I played Last of Us, and then have you heard of this game? It's called Astroneer. It like so it's a pre-early access, so it's an alpha to the alpha.
What?
It's like it got greenlighted.
How much does that
Steam.
cost?
I got it. It was on sale. I got it for like really cheap.
$200?
No. Like super cheap. Like I got it for like under $10 or something. I think it's like I'm gonna guess like $20.
What is it? Just like a thing of code?
Pretty much.
You can look at some of the files they've saved.
So that's the thing though. It's like an alpha to the alpha, which I've never heard before. But like, it's just an excuse. Like it's clearly an alpha or like a beta. Like they have a lot of stuff in the game right now.
Why would you just call it an alpha?
Because people, they're like self-conscious, right?
Yeah.
Like
so they calling it a pre-alpha. That sounds even.
Yeah, right.
I guess
that sounds like the typical early access game. And like in general, I will never tell someone to buy a game that's an early access just because you'll like get burnt all the time just by buying early access. Like I've gotten burnt so many times, and I always say like, "Oh, I'm done." But then like a game like this comes around, and it's like,
what about? Okay, sorry, go on.
Like the perfect game for me. Like I fucking love it so much.
What is it?
So think of it as like a Minecraft type of a game. Like it's an exploration game. The whole thing is you're like an astronaut, land on a planet, and then you like, instead of like building houses and shit, you like build these like little like stations, like a vehicle bay. You can buy like research stations. Okay. You build these things with certain materials you find around, and you don't like build houses, but you can like fuck with the terrain with this like tool you have. You can dig holes. You can, make hills and shit, so you can do really creative things, and, people have done, like, really sweet things, but it's pretty buggy. There's, like, a lot of glitches. The online is super glitchy, but, like, oh, man, it's so fun. And, like, the aesthetics, like, if you just look up a YouTube video of, like, someone running around, like, the game looks really nice, the music is really good, and, like, the music and the aesthetics really fit the gameplay. It's just super relaxing. You're on a wasteland, just kind of...
Is there a lot to do, though?
It's kind of like Minecraft. Well, in terms of like...
But is there a lot of things to build? Is there like dungeons and shit to explore? A lot of reasons to do things yet?
Well, yes and no. Like think of it as like Minecraft. Like Minecraft, you're pretty like if you want to play like for progression, I guess you're just trying to kill the Ender Dragon, like the big boss.
I guess there's a shit ton to do though. You build like your house.
Exactly, right? Like there's a lot to do if you're creative. And it's the same thing with this game, but like you can't kill things. You just kind of, you go into caves and, you explore the caves and, you upgrade your base and make a bunch of cool things. And then you just, get creative. You can make vehicles and other space shuttles, and you can go to other planets and stuff that are orbiting around the main planet you land on. And you can set up base. Is
this online? Like, are there going to be other people on these planets?
No, this is single player, but you can play multiplayer. You can join someone's game and have like a world. Like right now it's really bare bones. And like online is super glitchy in terms of like parts of the map won't render and you'll just fall out of the map and that's it.
True.
And you're kind of fucked. So like I'm not going to tell anyone to buy it because there are a lot of really stupid bugs in the game. Like if you like raise the ground underneath you, you fall under the map. Like stupid shit like that, but I don't know, it's still really fun and I love exploring in that game. And they have some bugs, but it actually turns into like a really good thing. Like they have this thing where you can like slide like on like, hills and shit, like steep slopes you can slide, but it bugs out and like you can slide forever unless you jump. Like you could slide from like a hill onto like a flat plane or whatever and you won't stop sliding. So it's kind of, think of it as like surfing in Counter-Strike or something. So I've been kind of like making like a little surf map, I guess.
Oh, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, you go all throughout, like, what I have now, like, you go all throughout these caverns and shit, and, like, it's really fun, but...
I might have to check it out. That seems like a game I'll wait till later on to try.
Yeah, I would...
Anything.
Once... Keep
us updated.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, there's not too much to do right now, but you kind of have to, like, make little plans, I guess, and figure it out, but, definitely wait.
Any other games you want to fire off that you've also played that, like... worth of mentioning?
A little bit of Final Fantasy, RuneScape, obviously. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
League of Legends, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Besides of the MMOs and League and stuff, what game? I guess I was just going to ask you this, but you kind of already answered it. But if you could recommend a game out of even the catalog of the Yogs Cast thing, the 25 games you got, if you could recommend one game.
Haven't checked since like the 23rd of the Yogscast games.
Well, out of all the holidays games and Steam sales and all that shit, what game would you recommend?
I don't know. I don't know.
What was your hidden gem or your favorite little find?
What's the game called? Shit, I was actually gonna play it today. Shadwen. I think I mentioned this game before from the Yogscast. That is a game I really, really enjoyed.
Okay,
Definitely
so
the most out of every
that
game.
Girl and the girl can't die or some shit.
Yeah, kind of. You have to it's like a stealthy based game, and you got to make sure that you get this girl safely. And yeah, the physics are super fun to play with and stuff. You can set up like really neat little traps and stuff with your grappling hook and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess before you go into RuneScape, I'll tell you about some of the games that I've been playing because I kind of followed. So I actually didn't think I was going to be doing this, but fuck it, the Steam sale bug got me like it does every year.
Yeah.
So holiday sales, I went through. I was like, well, I should probably get like a bunch of games, and I play a ton of different games. And like, what my Steam library was lacking was like, I guess you call them simulating games. Games like Sims and like Roller Coaster Tycoon and shit like that.
Yep.
You're just managing some shit. So anyways, I bought a bunch of like, what did I buy? I got I can't even think of it. I was playing City Skyline. That game's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that game's really good.
I re-downloaded Sims 3 just because I had it from a while ago.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to play it too. And I'm going to check my... Oh, wait, and then Kerbal Space Program was the other game I got. So that game's been pretty fun. So I've been playing those as well. And then I also got Undertale. And then I played Final Fantasy 15 that I said too. That game's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying that. That game's really good. That game's so immersive. It's probably done it the best than like most games have because like just the way it's done. I don't know. I banter feel so pulled into the game.
Yeah, the banter between the characters. I think like that really is like that's what kind of like brings you into the story. It's not like the cutscenes and stuff. Like it's just the little banter and stuff, and you can see the character progressions. And same thing with Last of Us. Like.
Yeah,
that's
huge.
That's kind of what pulled me into the story, right? Because you hear the banter, and as the game goes on, you can see how they talk to each other in a different way. They're like more friendly, or whatever, or maybe they get mad at each other, like in Final Fantasy and whatnot. I really like Final Fantasy 15. I'm just I don't really like the combat too much. I'm gonna be honest. But everything else,
as I've been playing it more, and I get lost. I've played it like I'm 15 hours in and I've barely progressed in the story. I get so sidetracked from the side quests.
Yeah.
Which ultimately, it was just like, it's a curse because it ruins the game. I usually burn myself out in the game.
Yeah.
Like Fallout and Skyrim. Fuck. Terrible for that. But as I've been playing, like you're slowly getting the different things that makes the combat a little bit more unique. It's not just kind of hack/dodge.
Yeah.
So we'll see as I keep playing more, but I'm keep unlocking shit. Like I just got my chocobo.
Yeah.
And now he helps me fight sometimes and shit.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
You can call him in to do different attacks and stuff. And yeah, it's good. And like the immersion, like what you're saying with the conversation, it's huge. And it's like a lot of the little detail, like at night, in order to get your experience, you need to rest and like kind of sleep overnight. And you can also make a camp when you go around, but when you make a camp, you can cook a meal and stuff. But anyways, when you wake up in the morning, sometimes your companions will ask you just to do like a little quest, a little side quest, like, hey, I need you to help me cook something. Go gather this and then do do this little activity to do the cooking thing. And it gives you, I've done like 2 of them now and they've given me nothing. Like I get no experience, no extra, actually you get a little bit of like skill points, I guess, because you get like a skill tree. Anyways, not going to ramble too much onto it. It's a pretty good game. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Did you make any?
Which about real life or RuneScape?
Both, but real life first.
Real life. Well, I kind of want to get in. So I have a problem where I bounce around on a lot of hobbies, And like, I remember reading somewhere that it's good to have like 3 different hobbies. One that you can be creative with, one that's like physically tasking, I guess, to stay fit, and one that is relaxing. So I like camping and stuff. So I kind of want to get into, and I've always kind of wanted to get into hunting, but I just tell myself I want to get into it, and I kind of read stuff about it, but I never really do anything with it. So I got a bow a while back, and I never use it, so I'm thinking I get it tuned up and join a ranging club that's around the area, and I'm going to learn how to shoot a bow. And hopefully I want to segue that. Okay, well, basically my New Year's resolution was I want to kill my own turkey next year for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I want to be able to do that. So that was like, I want to learn how to use a bow, and then kind of learn how to hunt. And turkeys, I heard, are pretty basic.
Yeah, they're really slow and stupid and fat.
Yeah.
Easy to track.
Apparently you could just shoot like an arrow. They have these broadheads that basically have like giant knives that open up when you shoot it. And it'll just take out a bunch of turkey. Like, you'll just see a bunch of heads go flying. And the turkeys will just kind of move away from the dead ones, but they won't move. They'll just like step over a few feet and just stand there.
Like, oh, that's gross. Let me get away from that pool of blood.
Good thing that arrow didn't kill me. Yeah. Like, all right, well, here's the next one, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was just that's something I decided I wanted to do. It's a reasonable goal, and it's a good way to segue myself into getting into a hobby that's...
Yeah, so pretty much 99 range and hunting IRL.
Exactly.
Yeah, buddy.
And, well, in agility. You're going to work on a little bit of agility there, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're going to also learn how to cook, because I want to learn how to cook some of that wild food.
Yeah, prep that turkey.
And, sorry, did you mention hunting already? Like skill hunting?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then, yeah, we'll get into that. Eventually, I'll be going out and, hunting, bears and lions and stuff. So we'll start leveling up my Slayer that way.
Yeah. And then people get up on the bounty hunter charts.
Exactly. Gotta get that rune pouch somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that was my little New Year's resolution. And I kind of... Oh, also, my job's been kind of brutal. Like, it's well paying, and it's not a terrible job. It's just I don't really care too much about construction. I don't have a passion for it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about going to school for something like teaching or something. That might be fun. That's not really a resolution, because I don't know how... I gotta work a plan out for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, get like a general idea. Good to have a dream and an aspiration.
Oh, yeah. And I'll quickly just say my RuneScape one. I was thinking of getting 90 construction that I said before, but then I thought how cool it'd be to get 99 construction as my first 99. So we'll just say that's my resolution right now, 99 construction.
Not bad. Kind of expensive, but why not?
Yep.
Yeah,
so we'll work on that. That should be fun.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, for real life, I want to say quit smoking, but I've said that before, and it never works out, so I'm going to cut down quite a bit. And I've already, made good progress. Before the new year, I was at, a pack a day, and now I'm, a pack every 2 to 3 days. And hopefully, maybe I'll just end up quitting, but yeah, slow down on the cigarettes and start learning to cook better food.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, just because I make really, really basic meals and shit. The most I'll do is a rack of ribs, but that is just you put it in the oven for 6 hours while you're at school, and you come back and you look for a dry rub recipe online. It's not that's as hard as I've gotten, but I want to be able to cook well by the end of the year, just because yeah, I don't know. In terms of me living
too, although I know your school course is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But me and my girlfriend, we did for a couple months. We haven't done it since. We kind of stopped just because we got lazy. But each month we would choose a different country and cook a bunch of food.
Yeah.
Not all month, but we would try to make that a focal point. We'd always try to add the certain seasoning and
yeah.
It's kind of cool. So you learn different stuff. So 1 month it was Indian food. Another month it was what was it? It was Thai. Yeah, Thai food.
Yeah.
and just stuff like that is pretty good.
Yeah, I remember you guys like making your own pizzas and stuff.
Oh yeah, the Italian month.
Yeah. But
So yeah, that's
like,
a good way to learn a bunch of different techniques and stuff.
yeah, I read online, someone like recommended me this cookbook. It's like cooking for beginners, and it like you start off with like really easy stuff, and it like teaches you like why you want to use this like type of seasoning or spice or whatever, and what are good substitutes. And by the end of the book, if you follow it and actually cook as it kind of like wants you to, supposedly by the end of it, you should be able to just like, I want to make like a oh, excuse me, a like casserole or something random, and like you can just kind of like do it off the top of your head.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
you know what your resolution should be?
What?
You can cook the turkey next year.
Man, I'd be down.
I'll kill it. You cook it.
Yeah, I'm down. And like also, like I was also thinking about this, like during Christmas and stuff. Like when I went down to like my aunts and whatnot, and like I'm 21 and I've never helped them cook any holiday meal. And I'm 21. Like I have friends that like cook a dish and then go to a family dinner. Like, hey, I made this, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of. I've never done that though. I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't
know. Like, I don't know, because they put in like a lot of work. They're like the matriarch, if that's the right word, of the family, where they everything's kind of they set up every kind of event, I guess.
Yeah.
And I've never contributed, and I'm just kind of like there. I'm there for the humor, make jokes during dinner. That's about it. But yeah, I don't know. Gotta learn how to cook. And
do it up.
Yeah, probably like I want to start like working out again, because I used to work out in like high school and stuff quite a bit. I was really into it. And then I think half of it's because I had a girlfriend at the time. And so like now, like I haven't had a girlfriend in like a little bit over a year now. And so, maybe
let myself go a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to get a little chubbier too. I've usually been like underweight and skinny, and now I'm kind of getting a belly just from like eating shitty food all the time. Like cooking food that like, is like just soup or something, or like eating pizza.
Yeah.
And ate a lot of pizza last year. A lot of pizza. And it's like definitely like starting to like, I'm 21, I'm an average student. I don't cook. Not the cleanest person. Kind of out of shape.
Average student.
Yeah. It's not like I'm getting crazy good marks or anything. But,
I could never get into like going to the gym. I tried and I just hated it. But I found I could get into hobbies that were like physically active. Like we did judo and jujitsu for a bit, and I felt like that was a good way to kind of keep me in shape.
Yeah,
for a solid 2 days, and then quit back on the McDonald's.
Yeah, I remember when we did judo and stuff, and I was working out as well. Like that was the best shape I was ever in. Like I actually had like pecs, and I was like so happy about that. And then like slowly let myself go, and I was always like, you know what? One day I'll go back to the gym. But I think a lot of it is also if you have like home equipment, that's like pretty big.
Yeah,
just because like going to the
you can escape. You can skate
exactly.
And bench press at the same time.
I mean, maybe I'll get an iPad, go down the treadmill or something, or the Stairmaster, and just sit there, shred out some skills. But like, yeah, I don't know, like the vibe at the gym isn't like I don't really like it too much. That's like the main reason. It's good if you have like a friend that is into it, and you can just kind of hang out and you guys like talk and shit and whatever. Can teach you some stuff.
I feel like I don't know how like your gym is at your school. My gym at the school, it wasn't like the worst, but the problem is a lot of people went there just to hang out. Like they were just kind of congregate with a group. But I feel like if you went to an actual gym, it's not as judgy as people make it seem.
No, it's not judgy at all. Like
no one's like they might snigger if you mess up on a machine, but they're not gonna make fun of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, like for not knowing how to do it.
There's a guy in my program, and I have this one buddy. His name's Jake, and he's like, I have a couple friends that are really into working out, but he's a pretty big guy, and he's been like working out for a while. He's pretty muscly and shit. He knows his way around a gym, and I don't know. I was hanging out with him like in between class because he's in like an older semester. I met him through my one buddy, and yeah, we're like hanging out, just like talking and stuff. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Oh, Jake, I saw you at the gym." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, bro, you're only there for 30 minutes." And he like started shit talking him like implying that, like, I don't know, the guy was like just an all-around douchebag, like just the kind of what you wouldn't want to be at the gym, and he kind of was that guy. And like he told me that like he's always like, yeah, kind of like shitting on people for like, oh bro, you're only lifting that much, bro, like that kind of thing. Long story short, the guy like fucking ended up injuring himself pretty badly at the gym, and he just hasn't gone since for like a year. And it's like, those are the kind of people that like go in and out. They're just the douchey ones that kind of like try and be better than everyone at exercising.
Yeah, but I feel like if you went to like a regular gym where it wasn't like groups of friends who are meeting up at the gym and stuff together, like,
yeah, no one cares. At the end of the day,
they'll help. Yeah, you're just there to better yourself, and I'm sure they'd help you if you were asked.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're not like annoying about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had an issue at a gym or anything. It's like,
for me, I just can't do it. I sit there and I'm like, you know, let's say I'm on the bench press or something. I just can't do it. I just have no fun at all. I'm bored as fuck. The whole thing is just miserable.
Working out isn't like super. It's not like fun. I think it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said that he said going to the gym was the worst and training was awful, but you know, the aftermath, like, cause when he was a bodybuilder and stuff, right? Like breaking world records and being muscly as shit, like that's what it's all about. I mean, I'm not going to be a bodybuilder, but
no Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, no, not this year.
Next year?
Yeah, maybe next year.
2018.
But like, I don't know. It's all about just like, it gives you confidence, you feel better about yourself, and then it's also kind of like, it's a good routine to have. And like, you know, like exercising is also like good for the brain. It's good for your mind.
Yeah. And dude, it'll give you that much more energy and focus when you're trying to do the scape.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're grinding what actually matters in life.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, when I was at the gym, I always like avoided the bench press and stuff. Like there were certain routines that I didn't like, and I just wouldn't do them. Like I never liked doing bench press. Maybe because I was like, you know, not good. Like I would lift like light weights and shit, but I don't know. I just stay away from things that I don't find that, like, if I look at it, like, I don't really care for it. You know, I would try and find something to supplement, you know.
That's what happens when I pull up to the gym. I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't really care for this whatsoever.
I don't care for this facility.
Now, if I go train to kill something.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Give me a carrot to chase.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as there's like a motivation behind it, it's like, man, go for it. And like, yeah, that's the thing. Like shit, you don't even need equipment. I mean, if you know how to do a push-up properly and stuff, and you know like good home exercise, you can just do them at home. But it's obviously better if you're eating healthy and at a gym and whatnot. But yeah.
Oh yeah. So there's the resolution. Not bad.
My RuneScape resolution is, like, I'm thinking about going for a 99 range first, because that was, like, always my dream when I was younger. That was, like, my favorite thing was to range, and, like, before I quit the first time, that's what my original goal was, so I think I'll, like, go back to that and just try and get 99 range, which, that's pretty easy. And, like, I don't know, I just want to track my account. I want to get the quest cape and stuff and get a music cape. I'm pretty close to both of those.
This is the year where we're gonna fucking start capping out some 99s, I feel.
Yeah, like I've screenshotted, or I'm gonna screenshot my total level and total experience.
Yo, we'll stand next to each other and we'll deck ourselves out.
Yeah, I'm down. Fashionscape it.
This is our 20. Yeah, we'll try to capture 2017 in an inventory.
Yeah, I was gonna screenshot like my bank worth through like the OS Buddy like little bank calculator, and then. Yeah, my total level. And then I just want to, like, see the progression. Like, it would be nice for 99 range. That's pretty easy, and I can get that. But I want to, like...
Oh, yeah.
I just want to see the progression in general. Because, like, I'm gonna slow down, and, like, I'm gonna stop playing WoW, I think. And I'm gonna focus, like, a lot more on school. Because I have pretty good ins for my co-op, which is pretty much get paid to work. Well, obviously, but you get paid to go to school and learn. It's kind of, like, mandatory. Like, work and learn at the same time. It's mandatory in my program, so if I do really well this semester and next semester, there's a couple companies I can work for, like, right now, but I'd like to move to, like, Ottawa. Because that, I don't know, I want to do that for 4 months, and so, like, if I do well enough in school, I'll just, like, focus on Scape in school, and, like, the podcast and whatnot. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Lot of interesting things can happen this year. This is, like, definitely a bigger year in terms of events.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, my account's finally, I feel, is getting to an end game account, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And for anyone listening, let us know what your resolutions are, whether it's, real life or RuneScape.
Yeah. It'd be good to like have a nice list or like a memoir of like what people want to accomplish, and if you guys are still around, shit, man, it'd be cool at the end of the year if you messaged in again and be like, this is what I accomplished or I did or didn't. See,
you can tell us about how quickly you quit that goal.
Yeah. I mean, as we grow, we could grow as a community. It'd be pretty cool to track everything.
We'll have I don't know, like a fucking leaderboard. But I agree. But did you do anything mentionable in RuneScape?
Oh, okay. So, classic dig in your fucking asshole, what is this type of RNG. I got a Black Dragon task, and just before I got that task, on like my last kill of fucking whenever I was slaying before then, I got the one of the halves of the Dragon Square Shield, which is like, oh, sorry about that, which is on the rare drop table, and it's like the rarest thing on the drop table, so like, it's pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, that's always nice, even though it's worth nothing, but
yeah, still. I kind of complained, like, man, depending on what I was killing, that would have been like a Visage or something. Anyways, get my Black Dragon tasks. I'm like, yeah, I'll go do some KBD. It's only like 15 kills or something. And I go there. First kill I get a KBD head. So that was kill 22 on KBD. And so I'm like,
what's
all right.
the drop rate on that? Do you know?
1 out of 128.
Okay.
So that's pretty decent, right?
Sure, yeah.
And then I got a couple other like just decent drops, like, just whatever good drops, like rune stuff or whatever. And keep in mind, I think my 7th kill of KBD, I got a Dragon Pickaxe. Which is
KBD, he drops Dragon Pickaxe?
Yep.
Does he?
Yep. It's pretty rare. I don't know what it is. It's like the second rarest, I think, after, well, not including pet and stuff, but it's the Visage, and then under that is Dragon Pickaxe.
No,
but yeah.
King Black Dragon doesn't drop the...
Yeah, 100.
No, I was fact checking that right now. Pretty sure. Yeah, no, I almost certain doesn't drop the Visage or Visage.
KBD?
It does. When the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, dude. I haven't got a Visage from him. I got a Visage on a Steel Dragon, actually.
That's gotta be new.
No, dude.
Yeah?
No. Wait, does it? I don't think it drops
the
a Visage.
Argument with
does.
The Brutal Black Dragons was that the King Black Dragon doesn't even drop the Draconic Visage.
Oh. Well, okay, let me rephrase this, though. The Dragon Pickaxe is the same rarity as the Draconic Visage, 1 out of 5,000 in KBD. And that is the rarest thing you can get from it, those two items. Like, they're more rare than the pet and everything. But anyways.
Damn.
Yeah, so kill 22, got my first KBD head, and I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Am I going to use it for a Slayer helmet, or I want to mount it on my wall and stuff, right? Because I have a large shark and swordfish already. Add that to the collection. And then 7 kills later, I get a second KBD head, so now I can put it on my wall and color one of my Slayer helmets. So I got pretty lucky with that. Like, I'm set now. Every time I get another KBD head, I can just get some free Dragon and Soul heads.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I think that's like the only thing. I did some like Calphite Queen, nothing special. Yeah, that's about it though. Just kind of like Slayer.
Cool, not bad. Sorry, I was just looking up to see the yeah, I guess the Visage was always on the drop table.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it wasn't.
Yeah, see, it's good. People, I think KBD has like the best RNG for the Visage. I think or the Visage. It's usually like 10,000 or something really high. And
I killed a KBD. I'm at like 150 kills. I mean,
you need 5,000 kills.
Yeah,
for the
5,000 kills to get it. But I'm just like sitting here and why can't I just get lucky once?
You gotta sit at it, keep grinding.
So yeah, well, my RNG's been shit. And I was like thinking, we were talking about it when you got that loot. I was like thinking, I think the biggest drop I've gotten like last little while was a Varrock's helmet, which is only worth a couple $100K. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah. I've only ever gotten one item from Barrows. I've done 85 Barrows runs, and I got a Guthan Spear. That's all I've ever gotten.
At least it's the best item, but yeah, that's pretty shitty. But
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's worth 300K. So that's the best item I got probably this year that I can think of. I'm trying to think. I can't. Got nothing. So.
Oh man, this
I
year
think the best item I've gotten my whole old school RuneScape career in the 4 or 3 years I've been playing is like a Robin Hood, which was I got my like first or second year when I was playing, and I haven't gotten anything good yet. It was worth like 2.5 mil, I think. So not bad, but still, it's not. And I know exactly what you're about to say. Let's hear it.
got Visage, my 13th Steel Dragon. I got a BCP on like what Bandos killed 12. Dragon Pickaxe on KBD 7. I'm pretty lucky. I got the two-hander off like my 8th or something Hellfight Queen. Like boss, I always hit the drop table like super early, except for DKs. Like Dagnoth Kings, I've never gotten anything remotely good from that. Got crashed for an Archer's Ring once actually, so that was fun.
Not bad. An almost win. That's always good.
A bunch of like just max accounts dropped in on me and my buddy, and they just fucking crashed the shit out of our world. And I just see Archer Ring drop, and I was just like, well, that's Scape for you, man. Whatever.
So yeah, your RNG's been pretty good. Mine's been pretty shit. So I guess so. Right now, as you know, I was doing the Master Clue, which I needed 83 Slayer for. I got 82, and then I realized I'm a fucking idiot, and I could just boost it all along. So let's boost it. So yeah, I got to 82, boosted it. So close to. I'm gonna check right now. I'm at 83K for my next level. So I was like literally really close to leveling it, and I was like, oh yeah, I could have saved myself like 7 hours.
Yeah, but at least you're getting those stats.
Yeah, so I did get the stats, and I actually made a lot of money from doing that. I think I got like 10 mil just from getting items.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I might not be lucky with like big drops, but at least the consistent drops hook me up.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, finally did that. I'm all excited. Let's go do the fucking Master Clue, because if you haven't heard, this might be your first time hearing, but I'm doing the Master Clues as a way to get my 99 construction now. This way I can have like multiple goals to work with, and I can kind of like well round my account.
Yep.
And also be cool to get the Bloodhound pet. So that's my my secondary goal, my side quest for myself. So anyways, I'm on my second step. I go to do it, and now I have to get 70 agility. I need 70 agility because I need to there's an agility path in the Saradomin encampment at the God Wars dungeon. Wow, that came out probably very wrong, or horrible. But anyways, yeah, there's an agility part you need 70 agility. So I hit agility, and I was at 59. I was like, okay, I'm going to get 65, and I'll just boost it now that I remembered to boost. Spend like literally a week trying to get it, because I'd do it for 10 minutes, and I'd like
get
open
bored.
up city skylines and start like, okay, let me just quickly put in the plumbing for this district. The next thing you know, my account logs off, and I'm watching Netflix.
Yeah.
So finally got 65, and I go over. Actually, it's irrelevant. It was just I spent an hour trying to get there. But anyways, I get 65 agility, and I go over to, do the clue scroll, and then it says you can't actually boost it. So I gotta get fucking 70 agility. So that kind of sucks. So I've been working on that while I play other games and shit too. So I'm going really slow. But I'm at 69 right now. I'm almost level 70. If you hear some clicking going on, it's because I've been doing this all day trying to get level 70 because I want to get it before the podcast because I want to get this Master Clue done tonight.
Yeah.
And if I take a break, and I usually don't play RuneScape when we do the podcast, but if I take a break, I'm not going to be able to get it tonight. And it's going to feel just very unsatisfying ending the holiday like that. So you might hear a little bit of clicking. I apologize. That's me just slowly getting through this agility course. 19 laps left. So there we go.
Damn, dude. It's close. I think I'm only at like 65 or 66.
I can't. Agility's... Oh, God, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
So yeah, okay, cool. I'm doing the rooftops, by the way, if you're curious. I'm at Sears Rooftop. So yeah. I guess that's it for me for RuneScape. How about you?
For me, yeah, just Slayer and stuff. Nothing special.
All right, so let's move on to what's kind of happened over the 2 weeks. You'd expect some things to actually happen, and no actual updates or like dev blogs, but I guess a few little things happen in the community. I might have missed a few, so I'm really sorry if I have. Feel free to let us know what we've missed, and we can look into it and bring it up next show.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I'll quickly say this. I decided to, try to get some people together to come and hang out in the clan chat and the Discord. Just people who just play the game as well and might not listen to the podcast. I want to see if we can get, like, maybe not a little clan going, but a little group, who knows, maybe a little clan. So we'll see.
A little community.
So, that actually, took off a lot better than I thought. So definitely, if you're interested, do come out and hang out in Wild CC. I'm sure some people popped in before and it might have been like completely vacant, or might have had just like dead man mode people playing.
Yeah.
AKA completely empty still. So
yeah, we have
now we're getting a lot of good action. So definitely come join and maybe we can get some things rolling. All right. So that being said, the first thing I want to mention is just, if you don't use OS Buddy, it won't matter to you. But I saw this and I got really excited because if I could do one change to RuneScape, I almost feel like it would be the update the graphics a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe I really like. I love the HD graphics back in, when was it, like 2009 or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember, but it looked really. I liked it back then. It looked really nice. So I kind of want the game to look a little bit better. I know it's a really controversial subject because people love kind of the way it looks, but OS Buddy is going to be kind of polishing up, like with its new release. It's going to be polishing up kind of the way RuneScape looks. And obviously there will be a setting to not have to keep it how it normally looks, but
yeah.
So I'm an idiot, and I'm not going to really explain this. You should go definitely check out. I Am Kiefer has a video stream where there's some of the people who are helping develop this come on, and he kind of previews it and kind of shows. So that we'll throw the video link up on Twitter. But yeah, check this out if you're interested, because I think it looks great. And what they say is, this is just the beginning. Doing this will just open doors. So, I don't know much about this stuff, but they're saying the graphics will render through your graphics card, allowing, just allowing changes to happen and to be polished up. And like none of the actual animations or graphics are changing. They're just getting polished and getting like a facelift.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm really ignorant on the subject, so I shouldn't even really explain it.
But yeah, they're changing how like the game runs. So like now it'll put a lot more emphasis on your graphics card, which should fix a lot of FPS issues too, I think.
Oh yeah, and that's what it said. It said it should help you even if you don't want a graphics upgrade.
Yeah.
It'll just make it so that the shittier graphics don't run as hard.
Yeah.
I guess.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
And if you don't know what OS Buddy is, it's a client to play old school RuneScape. There's a few of them out there. Definitely be careful, because Jagex mods have said that, if you're using any third-party program, just...
Yeah, I think they've said
you could be banned for using any program.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think they said, like, in general, they're okay with OS Buddy.
Yeah, it's a disclaimer. I think they say everything OS Buddy does, they're fine with, but I think they're just saying, like...
If you're using Tribot or something...
If you're using any client, you have the possibility of being banned.
Yeah.
So, I've been using it for my entirety of playing RuneScape, and I really enjoyed it. And even when I played RuneScape back in the day, I was always using Swift Kit and Swift Switch.
Yep.
So yeah, looking forward to that. I think that's going to look cool. And it actually takes away from the black sky and gives it a blue one, so it looks more...
Yeah, it'll definitely make the game
like
a lot more...
world.
Yeah. Not just a big square you're standing in with abyss on every side of it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so they showed some more of the raid bosses. Another one was the Great Olm. Yeah, so they're showing more, and it's a giant picture. Looks like a white dragon. It's called the Great Olm. And if you don't know what an Olm is, it's basically a little gecko. So just a picture of it. It's just, I guess, more of a teaser, and it's saying this is the last encounter, basically being like, get ready for your, get ready for the raid, be prepared. So I'm looking forward to that. I I want to take off some days of work when the raid comes out, but I don't know when it's going to come out. So I might book off, maybe next Thursday and Friday, the 19th and 12th and 13th of January, or maybe the 19th and 20th. It's going to fall on a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be awesome to be able to dive in right when that happens.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, so that's cool. They're wrapping things up. Little teaser. Be prepared. Yeah. If you're interested, let us know, and we'll make a little. We'll write on a piece of paper. We'll make a little party list, a VIP party list.
Yeah.
All right. So, corrupted armor was found during the holidays. Now my time frame's kind of thrown off from the, a little hiatus, but I don't think we talked about this on the podcast before because I don't think it was discovered yet.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
So yeah, there's a corrupted armor. You'll be able to. You might see some people running around with it.
It's
purple plate armor. Yeah, you explain it.
Yeah, it's like purple plate armor. It's got the same stats as iron, and it's like slightly like translucent, like you can kind of see through it. And that actually looks pretty cool. So it's like nice, cosmetic pure armor, I guess.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. So It was kind of cool because when it was eventually clues came out telling you how you can get the rest of them, sort of like the crack the clue.
Yeah,
forgot the name for a minute there. So it was kind of like that. But what was kind of neat was somebody found it before the clues had been released, and the subreddit kind of lost their shit. That's why I had seen it, and it was. It's really cool to see an item come out that was...
Like, they put an item in the game that no one knew existed, and then someone, just stumbled across it, yeah.
And it just reminds me of when I play Destiny, or when I play, like Halo days, just stumbling across, like, one of those, like, little Easter eggs, or those little secrets.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pretty cool. So, spoilers, if for some reason, if you want us to be a surprise and solve this riddle yourself on how to get them... skip ahead 5 minutes or so, but I'll just quickly go through it because they have it on. You can see them on the wiki, but we'll start with the helmet. You can get it from Abbot Langley, who is the main NPC monk at the monastery. Bring him a bowl of hot water, leather boots, and soft clay, and he'll give you the helmet. For the corrupted kite shield, you got to talk to oh my god, I fucking hate this game. Fantwitty, Farsight.
Where is he?
He is one of the seers involved in the One Small Favor quest. You can find him in Seer's Villa. So look for a guy who's got Fanst, Farsight. Just a fucking retarded name, and like... talk to him, and be sure to bring him an empty vial and oak logs. He'll give you the corrupted shield. Alright? Thank God. Bring a pestle and mortar bring a pestle and mortar and an air rune to Horvik to get the corrupted plate body.
Yeah, he's
Horvik's
like the armor smith in Varrock.
Yeah, it is Varrock.
That was the one that was found accidentally. That was the piece,
so the dude must have had a pestle mortar and an air rune and just accidentally talked to him for whatever reason. Yeah, he talked to him instead
of trading, I guess. Yeah.
So that's very cool. It'd be cool if they had placed some items there that they didn't release hints for. It would just kind of sit there for like months.
Probably like some of them would never get discovered.
No, but something like that where somebody may.
Yeah.
Anyways, finishing it up, to get the plate legs, bring an acorn and bones to Louis Legs, who is the armor legs salesman and Alcarad. So there.
Not bad.
That is how you get the whole set. I haven't got the whole set because I'm lazy, and I'm like, anytime that I'm on RuneScape, I'm fucking running on these rooftops because, god damn it.
Yeah, creating a ruckus.
Getting it. What's that?
Creating a ruckus, jumping on people's roofs and shit.
Aw, yeah. Motherfuckers think they can spin their flax.
Yeah. What do they know?
Them. All right, so yeah, move on from the...
I was gonna say, I'm pretty excited to like get the set for my pure and stuff. Be pretty cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's super nice. And I always loved, like, when I was a kid, the ghastly robes. But, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to have,
it's
like,
still
a
one of the
melee
coolest,
equivalent.
I think.
Oh yeah, I love it.
All right, so then moving on, the last thing I kind of saw, which I added in here, was the number one hardcore Iron Man died, Lowlander. So
Oh
a lot of high stats, number one in a lot of things, and top 10 for like everything else. He
yeah,
died from Zulrah. I believe he got double ranged hit and died.
yeah. Rest in peace, rank 1.
Yep.
That
So
sucks, but that's the end game right there. That's the
Yeah,
end
it
game
kinda
for every
sucks
hardcore
'cause
Iron Man.
apparently he was doing so. They added if you kill Zulrah, well, not just kill Zulrah. If you do, I believe it's the Kandarian Hard Diaries, you get one free life.
Oh
I think
really?
when it's killing Zulrah.
Oh,
But in order to do that, you need to kill Zulrah once. So
yeah, that sucks.
didn't happen for this fella, unfortunately.
Hmm.
So yeah, sad to see.
Do you know if he's?
hard?
I
What?
was gonna say, do you know if he's still gonna play his account or is he done? Because that guy was dumping like 12 hours plus a day. Like he's got that was a good account in general. You know what I mean? For how
Yeah, I read somewhere
recently?
it was like out of the 52 days that Hardcore Iron Man was out, he was playing 44 of them,
Yeah,
like hours wise. So a lot of dedication, and it's kind of sad. I'm not too familiar with him as like a streamer and stuff. I don't really follow too many streamers, so unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to be, how much has affected him, or if like he's the type of guy who's going to start a new one
yeah,
and continue to go to the first Hardcore Iron Man. So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll pay attention, see if he's back on there with Lowlander too.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good to see. Maybe that's just that's his niche, Because I have seen him live on Twitch. I never watch him though, and I guess a lot of people were following him because rank 1 hardcore Iron Man. So maybe that's what his thing's gonna be, his little niche. That's how he's gonna get his viewer base. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be, because like that's the thing about RuneScape. Like there's no set way. Like that's the thing. We talked about this before, actually, not on the podcast, but just me and you. When it was talking about streaming like League of Legends compared to like RuneScape, you don't need to be the best at the game like you do with League of Legends to get a good viewership. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Being good definitely does help, but I think personality is like most important. Well, I think with League specifically, you kind of have to be good.
Yeah,
At least
I think
Diamond
so, too.
1, Diamond 2, or have big titties. But in general, I think personality is most important.
Yeah. And with RuneScape too, though, like people will follow an account if you're just doing something different. Remember that Karamja only account?
Yeah.
So yeah, people were following that. That would always get a lot of attention on Reddit. So even when people just do their own unique playthrough, like people are gonna be interested. They're gonna come check you out. I know I would.
Yeah.
So very cool. How's your Hardcore Iron Man going?
I haven't really touched him in a while, mainly because all I've been doing on him is fishing and fire making and stuff. He's really low level. And doing winter tot and whatnot. I was gonna go for 99 fire making, but what's the point? He's gonna end up dying anyway, so I might look up, a master clue or something, whatever I need the highest fire making for until the levels are just redundant. And I'll just get that, because I'm at 77, I think, right now. And then I'll actually start playing. I think after that, my goal was to do Swan Song. And then, I could just AFK monkfish to 99 fishing if I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 62 right now. But yeah, I'm not really going to be playing him too much. I kind of want to just focus on my main account and then all that stuff. And especially school's starting really soon for me. And yeah, so I kind of want to focus more and do better in school, put a little bit more time in, and just kind of focus on the podcast and school, kind of drop, all the other games and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
that's the beauty of RuneScape. You can drop it and pick it back up whenever you want. You know what I mean?
You guys know, I talk about my raids quite a bit. I was pretty into WoW and whatnot, but I tend to, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I play WoW, I'm taking away from the podcast and just in general, and then also taking away from like my schooling, because you do have to dedicate a good amount of time. And then, you know, if I miss raid, like fucking New Year's Eve, I didn't show up to raid and I got yelled at, and it's like, you know what? Fuck this, you know, I'm not resubbing. I just want to have fun. Just want to like go to school and like play RuneScape and shit. And, you know, if we get a nice little community going and whatnot like that would be pretty good.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I know some of the people I'm talking to, they're interested in getting a little clan going because, and again, I said it before, but I love the old clans how they used to be because there's so many of them. There's so many small clans that like, even if you're a clan of like 15 people, you could easily, you know, have a rival clan that you were warring against.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the most of the clanning community, it seems like it's like a total of 5 or 10 clans, and like, you know, if you're gonna want to war against the 10th best, you know, like there's a huge gap when it comes to the clans. There's not a bunch that anyway, so yeah, and it would be fun to just like, you know, do mini games and castle wars and shit like that, and like, I don't know, just the game's more fun to play with together. And all the funnest things that I've ever done in this game has been like more creative things, or like things that were done with players, not so much done with the game. Like, I never did bossing. It was like, that was the funnest. But if I did bossing with a group of friends and we're all in Discord talking, I might be more inclined to say that boss was a lot more fun.
Yeah, like I've soloed Bandos, you know, a handful of times, and I've also gone with my one buddy, and it's definitely like a lot more fun to have like people there. And I've done DKs with 2 or 3 people, and it's definitely way better than soloing, and you know, you can stay there for longer.
Mm-hmm. So, shit, how do we get there?
I don't know, but yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, very cool. Let's take a quick 10-second break.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we'll be back. All right, we're back now. So we're going to go in with the hot topic of the week. So we had something planned where we're going to, well, what we had planned was it didn't quite pan out. It takes a little bit more work to do. So we're going to go back to having rotating subject with like little topics, subtopics, I suppose. So this week we are on mini games and activities, and we're going with Castle Wars is the topic. And if there's any topic that you guys are interested in hearing on, let us know, and we'll queue it up for the next time that subject comes around. So Castle Wars, we all know Castle Wars. It's a pretty big staple in the minigame, I guess, community when it comes to RuneScape.
Definitely, like, probably the most well-known.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, like, when you're first becoming a member, most people, that's on their to-do list, on their, you know, first things to do, right?
Yeah, I remember wandering down there when I first, like, got membership for the first time.
Yeah, taking an hour to walk all the way there.
Yeah. The good old days.
Fun. So yeah, Castle Wars is a members minigame. They have 2 worlds dedicated to it, which is 34 and 54. Although, you know, it doesn't have it. Not too many people play it, so normally it's just 1 world that's running at a time. Anyways, doesn't matter. Any level can play it, and it's safe, and it's a safe minigame, so if you die, you won't lose any items. So basically, Castle Wars is capture the flag. It's a game of capture the flag, and there are 2 castles placed on opposite sides of the field, and the flags are located within them. You spawn within your castle, and there's items that are also located. There's 2 floors, and there's kind of like a barracks, which you can kind of gather items from. Games are 20 minutes long. You gain 3 tickets for winning, 2 tickets for a draw, and 1 ticket for a loss. The only items you're able to bring into the game are potions, runes, and combat-related items. But you have to leave your helmet and cape slot empty because you'll get a hood and a cape depending on what your god team is. So it'll correspond with the color.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot bring food, but there's bandages that are provided in the game. They're part of the items that are in the barracks you can get. And you cannot use Heal Other, the lunar spell, and you can't use a dwarf cannon either. Or should I say dwarf cannot.
Nice.
That's pretty good. I don't know why you can't use heal other on the lunar spell. That seems odd.
I think because bandages don't really heal that much, and it would be pretty overpowered. You get like 4 people on lunars just to spam the guy with the flag.
But doesn't it take away your health?
Yeah, but they're just they use their own bandages.
I guess
you could cheese it a little bit too easily.
I find it weird because, well, I'll go through it later, but you can use bandages on your teammates to heal them.
Yeah, I mean that's different though, but
I guess so. Anyways, yeah. So those are the restrictions. But what's kind of cool is if you bring different god items into, depending on what portal, like for which team, you'll kind of transform into something different. So if you're wearing a Zamorak or Guthix item and you go to a Saradomin portal, you will turn into a rabbit. If you wear a Zamorak or a Saradomin item in a Guthix portal, you turn into a sheep, and a Guthix or a Saradomin item in a Zamorak portal, you'll turn into an imp.
See, that answers a childhood question, because I remember like going to Castle Wars when I was little and seeing people do that, and I never knew how they did that, and now it makes sense. Like,
I knew about it, but I didn't know that, like, it depends. Like, you can go to I didn't know the Guthix portal did anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was always kind of cool. It's just the cosmetic little fun thing. As soon as you go into the game,
just
you
while you're in
turn
the
back
waiting
into
room.
your character.
Yeah.
But back when the weight room was always jam packed with people, it was always fun seeing people that would walk around as a sheep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good times, good times. So I'm going to run through the items that are in the barracks real quick and kind of tell you what we can do with them. I'll just put little strategies that I kind of remember doing when I was playing them as I was going through them. So first we'll start off with is the barricade. It's an item that you can use to block a tile. When you block that tile, players are unable to move on it, and they will have to destroy it to kind of get past it. So you can manually attack it, or you can set it on fire, or you can use an explosive potion to destroy it. So there's a few ways you can do it. I think the explosive potion is the only one that's immediate.
Yeah.
So you can only have 10 barricades set up per team. I guess that's just to prevent people from cheesing with it, because there are people that will just grab them and just fucking annoy people
they'll
with
just
it. 'Cause you can
grief
trap
by, like,
your own
placing
teammates
them.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few strategies I remember using it. One of them was placing them always right in front of the stairway.
Yep.
This would cause, like, especially if they're trying to get your flag, the enemies trying to get your flag, they couldn't go up the stairs. The problem is, though, if they were coming down the stairs, they would, like, kind of appear on the barricade and they can just walk off it. So.
Yeah.
And also, they're good to use if you're, like, running and someone's chasing you. Like, if you're in the tunnel or something, you throw it down as you're running and the person will get blocked behind it. If they're not clicking, they kind of click on you to, like, follow sort of deal.
Yeah.
So, kind of fun to mess around with.
Yeah, it's pretty
The
cool.
next item I have here is... Sorry, do you remember anything, or...
I remember
you
like
wanna chime in?
barricading where the pitfall is in the underground.
Right,
and
okay,
then
yeah.
pickaxe the rock and shit.
Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, chime in if you're kind of any of the items, you're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause as I was going through these, I forgot a lot about them and different things you could use them for, so...
Yeah.
Anyways, the next item I have is just climbing ropes, just kind of regular old rope. But you use it to scale the walls of the other team's castle. You can't climb down the ropes, you can only climb up them. So... I forgot about that one. That one was kind of... when I remembered that, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, when you get to the other person's castle, there's kind of like a wall that surrounds it with doors. You can either destroy the doors or climb the walls.
Yeah.
So yeah, a strategy was either you or someone else would just rush with like a full inventory of rope and try to lay as many rope on the wall as they could before they died. And this would leave it so that it was like completely vulnerable for your team to climb up on any angle. And also another strategy is placing it near the catapult so you could easily jump up onto the wall and destroy the catapult. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember storming the gates. Level sweet level 40 pretty much. Storming the gates, climbing up those ropes and dying.
Yep. That's how it always went.
Yeah.
Or you get barraged, and so as soon as you climbed it, you'd be frozen on top.
Yeah, exactly.
The next one are just rocks. You use that to fire out of the catapult. Cool. Pickaxes are available, which are used to, as Deegan mentioned earlier, used to collapse the underground cave walls or clear up already collapsed rock.
Yeah. And if you collapse the cave wall onto someone, like they instantly die. They get one-shotted.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So it's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
But yeah, strategy also used, and you kind of mentioned this, but I'll just brush over it again because I have it written here.
Yeah.
Was to bring barricades as well, and you can use that in combination with a rock to prevent people from passing, and it would just made it a lot more hard.
Yeah, they would try and, like, be sneaky and throw an explosive potion real quick. You just,
Yep. And that's the thing. So, explosive potion next, used to blow up barricades. They are not reusable. You can also use to collapse the cave walls as well. And if you drop it, you will damage yourself.
I didn't know you could collapse cave walls with it. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so yeah, big thing was wasting someone's, explosive potions.
Yeah.
Because that's really the only way to instantly blow up a barricade. So, yeah. Then you also got a toolkit used to repair doors and catapults. And tinderbox, which is used to set fire to catapults and barricades. Lastly, bandages, which heal 10%. Actually, not lastly. Second lastly. Bandages heal 10% of HP, cures poison, and also gives you 30 energy. You can also use it on other players. And lastly, I wasn't going to say it, but you can also get buckets, which purpose was to fill with water, and you can put out with fires, but honestly, I don't think anyone does that.
Yeah,
I've never done that.
I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, it's because you got to refill it constantly, and it's only used for if something else is on fire. Half the time, someone's going to prefer to use an explosive if they have one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the items. I was going to go over some of the little areas on the battlefield. So chime in whenever you want.
Yep.
So you got the ground floor of the castle, and that's where you can collect most of your items used in the game. It also gives you access to the underground tunnels. On the ground floor... Oh wait, your castle is surrounded by a wall that can be used to range and mage enemies on top of the wall. As well as fire the catapult onto the battlefield. Located in the middle of the battlefield, there is a building located kind of like in the middle of a little river.
Yeah.
So,
little choke
across
point.
a little bit of a bridge. Yeah, exactly. So you can gain access to the underground tunnels, and you can use underground tunnels to kind of jump in and do a sneaky invade. But yeah, there's another. It's 2-storied, so you're able to go up a floor and kind of shoot people from there. So yeah, and then on the northeast and southwest corner, there's basically a river that runs through diagonally, and there's stepping stones that cross from those two corners that you can use to cross the river if you're not wanting to cross the middle where that building is. So I remember the stepping stones being a place where a lot of people use to kind of get away from people. You can kind of trick people, and it makes it hard for someone to kill you unless they have range, but even still, once you cross that river, they need to cross it, and it's kind of a delay. It's kind of annoying. So, also you would see I would find people protecting the flag. They'd kind of hide around there.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they wanted to, they could easily use the stepping stones as a way to get away.
Yeah.
So similar to Last Man Standing, if you played it, stepping stones there, it's kind of the same. All right, and the flags are located at the top floor of your castle, and then you got the underground tunnel, which basically looks like a number 8, and the ladders are right in the middle, kind of in the intersecting area, and that'll lead you to that building that I was mentioning. So yeah, that's kind of the layout of it. I don't think I missed anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay, cool. And, so some incentive to play it. You get some cosmetic items that you can get afterwards with the tickets. And there's a huge variety, so we'll go through them. You get and kind of like the armor set when I say it, it's a medium helmet, just kite shield, plate body, plate legs, and there's like a sword. It's kind of like a colored with a trim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you can picture. I'm sure you've seen it. So yeah, anyways, There's that they have a red and blue armor, which is cost 4 to 8 tickets per piece. They have white and blue, which is 40 and 8 to between 40 and 80, and then black and gold, which is between 400 and 80. So you can get the god capes, the god cape and the god hood that you wore in the game, like the same version, for 10 tickets a piece. And you can also get a banner, which the god specific banners for 100 tickets. And they have a decorative mage set, which is kind of like, it's white and blue, similar to the tier 2 of the melee set, I guess, but it's 40, 60, and 80 a piece. And they have range of the same thing, 40, 60, and 80.
Okay.
And then you can also get the god halos, which are 300 each. So it's kind of cool. Like, I see they added a bunch of stuff, which is awesome.
Like, how long would it take to get a full set of black and gold, though? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, a long time. Because imagine 20-minute games, right?
Yeah, and thousands of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, for real.
I don't know. That's pretty brutal. And, like,
do you think they should, like, up the amount of tickets you get, or make the game shorter somehow?
it's a good question. I think maybe up the tickets a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Because the problem is that, like, there's basically one game. Well, there's always one game going on at a time, but there's basically one game in the whole entirety of RuneScape going on at a time.
Yeah, so if you kind of miss the boat, you're waiting.
Yeah, so basically before the podcast, I was trying out some Castle Wars. I wanted to run around, try, make sure I wasn't missing anything and stuff like that. And I went to the world where it was packed, and it was like a 17-minute wait time, and I was like, fuck. And then in the lobby, there was like 3 people in each little party room, and I was like, all right, I'll wait a bit. So I waited like 10 minutes, and I guess none of us got the alert to say, oh, somebody left, you can jump in. So sometimes that will happen. So I waited the whole time, and I was like, just like, shit, man. I'm going to try out the other world, just see that real quick. And I go to the other world, and it's like 5 minutes till the next game starts. I was like, cool, right on. But there was nobody in the lobby, so I stayed and the game started, and I might have been the only one in the game.
Wait, really?
Or maybe it was like I don't know if I was the only one in the game, or maybe it was a 1v1. But basically, it started, and there was no one else on my team, and I ran around. I checked out the underground tunnels because I wanted to see I wasn't missing any parts, and then I checked some of the other areas. And I tried out some of the items, and I wasn't really looking, and I wasn't trying to win, but I was just messing around, and I was doing some, like, making little notes as I was playing, so I was in it for about the whole game. Yeah, I was there for the whole game. I just AFK'd, like, half of it.
Why don't you just keep capturing the flag and shit?
Because I didn't really care to win. I was just like, okay, I thought maybe, I thought someone else was on the other team maybe, and I just want to get these notes down, because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was going to try to jump back into the other world, but the game ended up ending, and it was a draw because nobody scored a point. So I'm assuming I was the only one, unless there was like someone AFK on the other side too. But yeah, a little disappointing. But I'm sure if we got I'm sure it's possible to get enough people together yourself to get your own little personal match going.
Yeah, probably. Like I did it quite a bit when I was younger, and done it a couple times. Like my group of friends when they all started playing, and it's a lot of fun. I mean,
it is fun.
There's a good amount of like 126s that just like ancient magics you, like they just barrage you and shit, and you just get fucked up. But that's part of the fun because you get those guys on your team too.
What's kind of neat, like, so little people play it. Maybe if we get a little clan going, we can find another clan and have like a 1v1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
So that's pretty neat. We can go over some of the strategies that I remember, or if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Not maybe like I don't know. Castle Wars is a lot of fun. Like, I wish it was played more on different worlds, and I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's kind of a shame because just with the catapult, like, I'm gonna open up the wiki real quickly because there's all these little sub roles that they had or used to have. Maybe they still do have, but I can't imagine anybody doing this now.
Yeah,
sounds fun. The potential.
When I peek in, there's just pures getting cosmetics, like a nice cosmetic head, and then like 126. Like people don't stay long though; they'll stay for like 1 or 2 games. And I think like Castle Wars, like I think RS3 actually recently had like a Castle Wars event where you got like double the tickets or something. You got more tickets. And like old school really needs like to, I think in general, boost the amount of tickets you get or like reduce, you know, the Halo or like the black and gold pieces especially like that. Like even
or
like
the time or maybe like
I think like if you maybe like just doubling the tickets in general, like maybe up to 6 at a time, because even then up to 6, you'd still have to win like almost 100 games to get one piece, like 100 games straight to get those, like 3 or 6 tickets, and then to get one black and gold piece, like on average. But like right now, you have to do 100 to 200, sometimes like 250 or something, maybe a bit more than that wins. So like, you know, if you're drawing or losing most games, like that can easily be doubled. Like the amount of games you got to play that are 20 minutes long to get like a single black and gold piece. And if there's 4 pieces or 5, if there's a weapon like that, that's ridiculous. Like, man, just go play League, go play League of Legends.
Yeah.
No, don't.
So
I take that back.
It is pretty crazy, but I think the incentive is like they don't want people grinding it for the gear itself. They want to reward the people who are passionate about Castle Wars.
Is anyone really though? Is anyone really passionate about it? I've never heard like people.
I'm sure there is. There's people who are passionate about fucking Barbarian Assault.
Yeah, I mean that's different. Like what? Okay. What if they just had like a Castle Wars pet that you could have a small chance to get when you win a game?
What would it be?
I don't fucking know.
A mini catapult.
Like I don't know. Like a little catapult or something that would follow you around. I don't know, something random, but like it doesn't really matter. Like
something, a sheep or an imp, like one of the creatures from the
like just something.
Whoa! I just blew my own mind. What if they had, depending on what portal you went into, like you had a chance of getting that pet, the thing that you turned into.
See, like that would be super sweet. Like maybe give it like a 1 in 1,000 or something.
Yeah,
and for each pet.
Way, people would be switching from Sarah to Zammy to Guthix, trying to get the imp, sheep, and rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. Like they need something like that, like some incentive to, like, okay, maybe they don't have to increase tickets, but even something as little as a pet. Like there are people that hunt pets, and they're like, I want all the pets, and now, you know, that group of say 10 people at any given time, or 5 people, and that's still like 5 people that weren't there. And plus, a lot of people want to show up. How about you get
one pet that can change into any 3 of them?
Yeah, like depending on what god armor you're wearing or whatever.
Or like, how you can make your Calphite Queen morph, and you can make your Zolra change colors?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something similar to that is what I was thinking. You just do the same, you right click and it'll change into...
Yeah, or like add like a mutagen type. Like, how like you can add like, change the color. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but like, yeah, just something...
Cool idea.
Yeah, something to incentivize people to play, and also give more people to play for the right reasons. Play and try and win and have fun. Because
I completely agree.
Because with the few amount of people that play Castle Wars, there is a good amount that grief where they pick up barricades, run in the most useless spot, and plant them all. Because
the reason I think is because there's only one game going on. So if you're able to destroy the 100% of the games that's going on in RuneScape right now, you'll feel important.
That
and I'm going to go over some of the positions that were kind of labeled on the wiki, which I don't know. I got an idea afterwards. So we'll start off with attackers, players who storm the enemy castle either to attack other players or to try to capture the flag and bring it back to their own castle. Defenders, players who defend the flag on the 2nd or 3rd floor, keeping the enemies from getting a point. Those with free spells make good defenders, as they can freeze opponents trying to run upstairs. Barricades may also fall into this category. Archers, players that are located on the outer wall near the catapult that attack incoming enemy players. They may either be rangers or mages. Medics, players who use bandages to heal other players. Catapulters, players who attack incoming enemies using the catapult. Spotters, people who spot for the catapulter. Doormen, players who keep on closing the door on incoming enemies, stopping them from coming in and leaving. Barricaders or engineers, players who set up barricades, slowing enemy players down from taking the flag. Miners, players who go down in the dungeon and clear the way for their team and setting up collapsible rocks on enemies. They may also try to repeatedly collapse rocks on teammates. What?
Just a troll?
I don't know.
Maybe like behind the teammates if they're running past and they're getting chased.
Maybe, yeah. Flag holder, a player who grabs their own flag after an enemy player has dropped it outside their castle and then holds it. This player should have high defense and be experienced in combat. They should be a seasoned veteran on the battlefield. Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Freeloaders, players who do absolutely nothing but stand around. The most popular spot for freeloading is the small room on the 3rd floor where the trapdoor is at. If there are too many of them, it weakens a team. Saboteurs. Saboteurs. Players who purposely blow up team barricades, close doors, or anything that harms their team, so it's easier for the opposing team to win. Like freeloaders, too many of these types of players can harm a team.
Man, this just sounds like one person.
List here.
Sounds like someone just like went on the Wikipedia, had a couple bad games, and just threw all their passive aggressiveness into this Wikipedia article.
Yeah, but I definitely see how you could have certain roles and positions, definitely based on your combat level. So, question. Dead Man Mode keeps failing. I'm not saying get rid of Dead Man Mode, but why aren't we having like competitive Castle Wars games with clans and shit?
They should. I mean, I think a lot of it is that it's based on like I think if you want something to be esport or like competitive, you have to let anyone be able to kind of pick it up and jump right into it.
Yeah.
And so like if it was Castle Wars and people are like, "Oh, I got to get 99 combat stats."
If you find Tournament World, you can have any item you want.
Yeah, then go for it.
You know what I mean? And then you could have it there, so literally there'd be no disadvantages. It'd be down to skill and like strategy and shit.
Yeah, but also for like a casual player base, like you can casually play Dead Man Mode, right? Everyone starts off at the same spot, and then it's kind of like you do what you want.
Yeah.
But Castle Wars casually, like if I'm a level 30, like I am just gonna die over and over again to a 126 with like a nice DDS spec or something.
You can still do it. Like I said, there's so many different roles. You can just like do barricades and shit.
But
and,
I mean, like
I played a game earlier and like there were level 3s doing it and stuff. You know what I mean? If they're doing it to get the tickets, then it can't be that bad.
Well, yeah, exactly. But the second you try and make something competitive, you're gonna get like a whole player base that's gonna be, oh, he's not 126. Oh, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but that's why you would have like, if you want to do competitively, then get your own team. You know what I mean? And like maybe find clans to do it with.
Yeah, I mean
that's why you have the fun world where anyone can join.
But even then, though, like as of right now,
I still think it's a good idea. I don't know, like why not?
It could work, but there's just like a lot of things. Like the game's way too easy to grief. They'd have to change it up.
But just for there's no reason they couldn't do a little event like a Castle Wars event where they had like two teams that wanted to face each other.
They should have like well, yeah, they could either have stuff for that, but it'd be cool if they were holding Castle Wars events or something.
Yeah, we just changed it up because sure we have clan wars and see who can kill the most, but now suddenly you have like people who are gonna have to learn how to do these different strategies and like they literally don't have to change anything. They don't have to put any gas in it. They don't have to make any new rules. Literally, like, throw two clans in it that want to do it, that think they can compete against each other.
Yeah.
So, I think that's an idea that is worth maybe trying out.
Yeah.
But I think that's basically it. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned earlier, but there is an item they did add to kind of give you a boost, but sadly, it's a little useless if you're a higher level.
Yeah.
So yeah, they added in the Castle Wars bracelet, which is gives the wielder an extra 20% of damage against the bearer of the other side's flag. So the guy holding the other flag.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Castle Wars bandages also heal 50% more to the wielder. So you'll get healed 15% instead of 50%.
Mm-hmm.
And That's about it. So it's really a bracelet made for Castle Wars. So sadly, it doesn't really do much. If you're a higher level, you're still going to want to just use barrel gloves or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool idea. I do like Castle Wars, and I do play it, and I'll probably dive into it more often as well now that I'm getting a higher level.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Castle Wars. We might have missed some things, but if you want to give us your 2 cents, definitely let us know, and we'll yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
If you could change one thing
if
you could change one thing in Castle Wars, what do you think you'd change?
if I could change one thing,
yeah, or fix, or add, or take out, whatever.
Maybe the pets thing. Add a pet so more people would play it, or maybe the event, like the clan thing, and make it more competitive because people might actually want to play it.
But like, what about like gameplay itself? Like, you're in Castle Wars. Like, is there like, oh, it'd be cool if they had this, or I don't like how this is in it. Like, is there?
I found the catapult was always hard to shoot.
Mm-hmm. Would you make it like a little bit better, or like take it out, or
maybe I would add like a few more unique things you can do. Like, that's the thing. Castle Wars already has all these cool like things, like you can mine the wall to collapse it and shit like that.
Yeah.
But a little bit more couldn't hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it could. I honestly don't know what I would change about it. I like it. No, I like it. It'd be cool to have a more different, like maybe different maps and different layouts. But the thing is, not enough people play it for you to have different Castle Wars, which is just sad. So
yeah, people would just say wasted content.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still gonna stick with add a pet and also do some like competitiveness with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think it'd be pretty cool if they had like dedicated spots within the battlefield, and let's say, you know, one person, or, you know, like there's like 3 spots or something, and like per side or whatever. Anyways, it'd be cool if you could get something to set up different types of traps. So like a spike trap that would jump up and, you know, hit you or stun you, or, you know, kind of like the classic like rake where you step on the rake and it smacks you in the face. You know, just like some random like traps that you could put in.
Yeah, that's a
special
cool idea.
little
I like
areas, because I really liked. Like, my favorite thing was the pickaxing the collapsed rock, especially as like a noob. You'd get some like level 80 or 90 chasing you, and you would just try and bait them into it, make them like collapse on it. Like, the traps were like really fun, and it'd be cool to, like, you know, maybe even booby trap like the stepping stone so they could slip and take some damage and wind up on the same spot. Or
that's a good idea, because it would be cool to give lower levels a chance to do unique things to kind of knock off kills and stuff.
And I mean, like, traps, like, they don't have to be super ideal. You know, it could just be something silly, because like Castle Wars in general, it's actually like pretty fun. You get a group of friends and you go in, like, just go in to have fun. You guys can pile the same person, or you know, barricade with one of your buddies when he goes AFK for a couple seconds, like we did. Just like, I don't know, just do random things for fun, and it would be like a nice little aspect to like set up traps and stuff, and like, you know, you can set up 3 different types of traps here. Which one would be optimal, I guess, or you know,
no, I agree.
Set up like a little fake floor or something, and it would just drop you into the underground.
It definitely is one of the more entertaining mini games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like it. But yeah, there's Castle Wars for you. Let us know if you want to play, and we will play together. Jump in the CC, and we'll get a group going someday.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it for the topics, isn't it?
I think so. You have any final comments? Anything like to sum up anything, or is that pretty much it for you?
Yeah, that's it. So I guess let's bring it to the close for the first episode of 2017. What's your plans for the first week of 2017?
School's starting, so school. Yeah. Gotta get my Slayer up, and try and get 91 range, and then I'll probably chin to 99 or something.
Nice.
Yeah, just kind of take it easy. I bought Life is Strange episodes 1 through 5 for $5.
Oh, that's a sick game.
Yeah, $5.49 Canadian. It was on sale, so I went and snatched up that deal, and because I played a little bit at your place, and it's definitely something I'll do to like relax. Nice little change up. Some story-driven
awesome
games.
Game.
But yeah, anything for you?
Me, I'm starting work, so I'm going to try to not kill myself. But besides that, I
just got 70 agility, so hopefully I can get that master clue done tonight. I have a feeling I'll get stuck, and you'll hear next week how I'm having to grind, fucking 92 thieving or some shit. No, knowing my luck, it's going to be like get 70 rune crafting, something so slow.
Yeah. Well, it looks like I need 90 construction. Fuck. Yeah.
So yeah, there it is. Hopefully get that done. And then once I finish that master clue, I'm going to sell everything I got. All that money that I'm going to have, I'm going to blow it on construction and see what that gets me to. Because I'm sitting at about 10 million right now. And like 10 million I'm going to spend on the construction. And then whatever the master clue is going to be. Because I'm just assuming, probably be at least a third age pick, right?
Yeah.
800 mil. That'd be cool. And then, yeah, spend all that and see if I can get 99 construction with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Play some more Final Fantasy, and that's it.
Yeah, it's good little goals.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I'll let everyone know how that's gonna go next week. So that's it. I think this is where we leave, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's closing time.
Closing time. All right, listen January 9th for episode 18. Yeah, 18. We're on 18.
Yeah,
Damn.
pretty crazy.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Ciao.
see you guys soon. Have a good one.
Stay up to date with show news, RuneScape news, or just shit post and hang out. You can find us on Twitter at TheWildernessRS. You can feel free to join our Facebook group at facebook.com/TheWildernessPodcast. We also have a YouTube channel set up, so feel free to check us out by just searching the name of the show on YouTube. You'll also see it over at Twitter and on Facebook as well. We also have an email set up, so if you want to get in contact, you can have some questions or something you want to hear discussed, a story you want to tell us, or just some feedback, you can email us at thewilderness.podcast@gmail.com. And we also have a Discord set up. And if you feel like you want to join and maybe hang out, play with some other scapers, just let us know. Send us a message and get in contact and we'll get you in there. Thanks again for listening. We can't appreciate it enough. Have a good night.